What is good, everybody, and welcome to Team COG here. And today, guys, I'm coming at you guys with a Crusadia combo, guys. I have not touched Crusadia for literal months, it feels like. And after with the release of Ghost from Past 2, we got some awesome support for the Dragon Link variant of the deck that I actually believe is more consistent than playing the Waterfront. And before anyone comments and says that the Go in Second variant's the way to go, blah, 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 the Go in Second's the way that you should always play, you're statistically incorrect. Sorry, don't mean to bust your bubble. The decks today is just too busted, man. It's too busted. I've taken this deck and I've tested it strenuously against the meta, mostly Despia, and some Sword Soul and stuff like that. And like literally, it's just kind of rough. If we don't go first, your normal summon gets disrupted, you lose. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. That's how it goes. There is a cool Venture token variant of the list of the Go in Second list, but I hate playing the Venture. I think it just makes the game stale and boring, and I think it's a coward's way to play the game. It's nothing brave about that engine. However you play it, good for you. I'm glad you guys are able to enjoy the game and have fun. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys a 2-card and 3-card combo, and they're going to end on different end boards, and yeah, it's pretty cool. But before I continue on, if you guys want to help support the channel, check out the links down in the description below. If you guys enjoy the mat, the hat, or you enjoy some awesome sleeves. I'm not using them on this right here. I'm just trying to plow through some clear KMC that got messed up. But check out Imperium Duelist. Use code TEAMCOG10 to get 10% off your orders down there. And if you guys want to join a free bi-weekly, I think it's the correct term, twice a month free tournament here at Team COG, go ahead and join the Discord. We do the Crusader Cup at least twice a month. It's free pricing, free entry, and first place, depending on the amount of people, first, second, third, fourth, depending, you guys get a invite to the big thing, which we're going to have like top 4 pricing for that, and it's all just free for you guys. So think about joining that and help support the channel that way. And that's just me giving back to you guys because I'm here because of you guys. Anyway, let's just since we're gonna get rid of all that real quick, no more going on. I've tested this deck strenuously against Despia, and like Crusadia gives like the deck the consistency, even though like you play like 15 Crusadias and sometimes you still don't see a single one. You still get like the busted dragon combos, right? The still Dragon Link aspect. Dragon Link's able to plow through so much that it's literally crazy. Dragon Link can just like, they can eat Nib, they can eat Ash, they can eat Imperm. I call them low impact hand traps. And some high impact. So like what this engine or like the conjunction of the 2 decks allow you to do is practically allow you to like move through and play around low impact hand traps and potentially play through some of the high impact hand traps such as Droll, Nibiru, Gamma, and stuff like that. But while still being able to completely eat an Ash and a Imperm freely. Now with that being said, I actually play tested against Despia the other night, right before the 4th, I believe. And the deck was able to successfully play through the Chimera, being able to pop to Mirror Jade and Imperm. So that's like 4 forms of interruption, and it's honestly crazy because you play so many Dragon Link cards, like special summon extenders. You're able to like potentially bait the opponent into thinking you're playing Dragon Link. So like you save your normal summon for the Crusadia to like after they like use the Mirror Jade or something, because like that's where this deck kind of does fall short. Is its weakness is its normal summon. So Konami, if you're listening, come on guys, it's quite ridiculous that the Fallen of Albaz story has gone on like all this time, and you've literally given one legacy support to the World Legacy story, and that's Crawler. Like, come on. Crawler's like the least favorite of the entire decks, and you still have World Chalice, Mech Knight. Crusadia still hasn't got anything. Like, they have like a personal vendetta against the deck, and one day we'll just take it and we'll storm Konami headquarters and get the cards we deserve from them, right, guys? But anyway, I'm going to show you guys this combo. It's technically a 2.5, and I guess technically the 3.5 due to the pitch that you have to do through the combo. But I'll showcase you guys this. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'll keep our hand kind of right here where we can see it. But you start out by normal summoning your Crusadia. The only intricate card you need in this is Draco in this particular combo lane. But there's different routes you can take through it. There's like Spatha lines and all this stuff. It's really quite interesting. There's like it's not as linear as it seems. So you'll special summon out Draco, Chainlink 2 Draco, Chainlink 1 Magius. You go and add back the Maximus, and you go ahead and grab from your deck Arborea. We then go ahead and turn Draco here. We're going to go fly it off into our Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon's effect will add you the boot up sector, I believe, or boot sector launch. I can't remember. Boot sector launch, there it is. Funny story, guys. When I was doing all this testing and everything, out of the 6 games I played in the one night, 4 out of the 6 I opened a Crawler, which statistically makes no sense. So, like, people who try to tell you that statistics are correct in certain aspects of things that have already happened, but when it's an ever-changing thing of statistics, like each hand you draw or something like that, they're so wrong, man. Statistics is such a truth, but such a lie. We're going to go and use Arborea here to special summon herself to the zone that Striker points to. We're going to go ahead and turn Arborea and Magius into Crystron Halifibrax. Now, I know people probably don't like this card. I actually am a huge fan of this card. I think at 1 it's okay, and I don't think that we should potentially see it go anywhere. It does too much good for the game in my opinion. I know some people's lost their good tuners and some tuners have been banned for it, but I just think Hulk just gives decks so much like utility that it's a good card. But we're gonna go ahead and summon out Rocket Synchron. And if Hulk ever does get hit, we do have the ability to like sequence our plays differently and play a little bit better, or play a little bit and still do the same combo lines and stuff. So we're gonna turn Synchron here into the last Mohican here, Guard Dragon Pisty. Pisty's effect will activate, or will activate the effect to summon back the Draco. And right here in the old variants, guys, we normally link for Scary or Scoldred, hoping to draw into that Waterfront. Now, Waterfront is a powerful card along with Gamma Steel, but it's really inconsistent. Tremendously inconsistent. You play 4 copies of Waterfront, you're only going to be able to, like, it's like a 33% or a 34% chance to see one in your opening hand. Then it's even like a 30-some% chance to even see it in the drawing of the Scoldred. So, like, it's just too inconsistent. And I'll show you guys the route we're going through here. So we'll go here for Dragonian Knight Romulus. Romulus's effect, we'll go ahead and add the Dragon's Ravine. So this is where the pitch will come up later through the combo. And then we go ahead and turn Hulk and this into this Apollosa here. Now in the second combo, we actually link off the Apollosa because an App for 2, in my opinion, is very weak. App for 2, they literally normal summon Alibur and they attack over it and you lose 2 interruptions. Conveniently in that matchup, the Despia matchup, this deck, you actually want to end on Equimax instead because this right here like doesn't stop the fusion spells. So like Apollosa is not that great. However, Apollosa does shine in like some other rogue matchups, like against Drytron. You want to try to beef up Apollosa or end on Apollosa because you can negate every name, and where Equimax does not do as much. So it gives you some pivot stuff into like what you can do. You can either on Apollosa or Equimax. But anyway, you're going to go ahead and summon out the Maximus here, and then we're going to link 2 into Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. Virus Swordsman's effect will activate to summon out the 0 Day from our deck. Take note that whatever 0 Day is being pointed to is going to lose 1,000 attack. So if you can beef up this to 2100, I think that's the correct. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat because I'm awful at math. But normally you want 3 counters on this because it'll lose all of its counters if it has 2. You just go ahead and link these 2 off here for Codebreaker Virus Berserker. His effect will activate, bringing back the 0 Day and bringing back the Swordsman. So this is the point in which we are right now. We're going to go ahead and link all of these off into this card right here. This card is truly insane. This card is BorrelEND Dragon. BorrelEND is a house. Like this is entirely, you're giving up the Waterfront to be able to inconsistently get to Waterfront to consistently get to BorrelEND. You don't get unlimited negates, but you get just a house of a monster. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, neither player can target this card with monster effects. This can attack all monsters once each. Then you can target a monster card on the field, special summon a rocket monster or target a rocket monster in your graveyard, reborn it, then negate that effect, and you can't respond to that effect. It's literally just a house. It literally is insane. But we're going to go ahead and go here, and we're going to activate Dragon's Ravine. We're going to use Ravine's effect, pitching one of the cards we have in our hand to go ahead and send Absa. Now, some of you guys might be like, man, how many bricks do you play in this deck? Almost every, like, combo piece in the deck is, like, I call it pseudo bricks in a sense. They're not, you don't want to open them. Like, you don't want to open Boot Sector Launch or Ravine, but if you open them, you still can play as long as you open 2 cards, right? However, like, the hardest brick in the deck is definitely Crawler. And you want to play Crawler because of the Equimax line, so that you also get follow-up. And if you happen to open, like, an additional extender, you're going to have the ability to negate cards like Droplets and Dark Ruler. If you want to go that route. But you send the so-called Absa there to go ahead and add yourself Rocket Tracer. So yeah, when we get to a deck profile, if enough people are interested, I'll get into that. I'll go into detail about like the bricks and stuff you play. Because even 0 Day seems like a brick, but 0 Day can really be summoned from hand, deck, or graveyard. So like it's free pitch fodder for like Chaos Space. Even if you open it, you can bring it out of your hand and everything. So it's really interesting. It's really good in my opinion. Like you don't play as many bricks as you think. However, the deck, like, no deck is perfect. Like, you will get some cloggy hands and stuff like that, but that's just Yu-Gi-Oh! Boot Sector's effect to summon out the Tracer. Tracer's effect to pop Boot Sector to go ahead and summon out Magna Rocket Dragon. You can play any rocket you really want. I just like Magna because it's an ultra rare. I was testing the Silver Rocket, but it's because of a weird scenario where you can go like BorrelEND, target Silver, bring back Tracer, But then I thought that Silver Rocket stayed around, and you got the effect to pick apart the opponent's extra deck, but you actually don't get to do that. It destroys itself. So this is the best route here. So you go ahead and synchro here into Savage. Savage effect. We'll go ahead and grab you, equip the Code Breaker here, giving him 3 counters. And this is the 2 or 2.5 card in board here. So you have an Omni Negate, 2 Monsters Negates, and a face-up in perm right here that's going to be able to recur back Tracer or Magna Rocket, or even the Rocket Synchron in the graveyard. And that's all just off of like 2.5 cards, really. And it's quite crazy. So I'll move on into the next combo, which is a 3-card combo. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, guys, so here is the 3-card combo. Again, just opening Draco. You always are going to get access to Draco, and I know some bettors are going to be like, so you have to open Draco to combo. No, you don't. We'll maybe go into a more in-depth combo or test hand video with this. You guys can see the different hands that you can potentially do without opening Draco. There's some lines, like as you guys noticed in the first combo, we go a Hulk line. There's some lines where you don't even go a Hulk line. You end up just going a Dragon line, where you just utilize Spatha instead of utilizing Hulk. It's just all type of crazy things. But right here, it just takes 1 additional card to do this. It doesn't matter what 2 Crusadias it is. If it's Arborea, you're even better off, etc., because now you just already have access to the tuner, and you get another search, a free search technically. But this is how we're going to do it here, and we'll show you this line. This line is going to end you on the same board as before, but we're going to end on Echo Max, which I actually believe is better almost 8 out of 10 times. Simply because Echo Max can't just be beat over by normal summon. It's an Omni Negate, and Crawler gives you recursion for the following turn, whereas the last combos you guys saw, we just had the 2 cards left in hand. Apolloso is at 1600, so like literally a normal summon of 17 or 1700 higher out of the Apollosa. So there goes 2 interruptions gone, whereas this, we lose 1 monster interruption, but we gain like more solidified board and a follow-up, which I believe is just better in the sense of the game. But anyway, we're going to start by normal summoning my favorite Crusadia, which is Maximus here, or Paladin of Vast Skies, as it's called in the OCG. We'll go ahead and go right here for Crusadia Magius. We'll then special summon out the Draco. We'll end up going Chainlink 2, Chainlink 1. We'll go ahead and add back Maximus. We'll then go ahead and grab ourselves Arborea off of the Magius. Then, just like the previous combo, we go ahead and link off the Draco and go for Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effect is going to grab us the Boot Sector Launch. And to be completely honest with you, one of these cards here is probably going to be your Crawler, because statistically you shouldn't see it, but Crawler still to this day seems to defy statistics. Grab Boot Sector. And normally, the last combo we'd summon Arborea, right? So instead, we're just going to go ahead and summon out Reclusia, take Reclusia and this, and go up into Regulex. Then we're going to take and special summon out the Arborea, triggering the Regulex to grab us, if you didn't open it, Crusadia Crawler. We then take Regulex and Arborea, and we go ahead and go into Crystron Halifibrax. Hulk's effect is going to summon out that Rocket Synchron. I thought about playing Samsara Dragon. I'm sure there's some combo or crazy wonky combos you can do with Samsara Dragon, but there's no point. This is just easier, more streamlined. Go ahead and take the Synchron. As you guys know, going for the last of the Mohicans, the last Guard Dragon to grace us is Guard Dragon Pisty. So we're going to go ahead and make Pisty. We'll then use Pisty's effect to bring back out the Draco. And then, as you guys saw before, we go ahead and we go here for our Romulus. Romulus will then grab us Dragon's Ravine. If you did open another extender in your hand, you could potentially make a 3-material Apollosa here. Like if you know you're going against like the Drytron matchup, or you know you're going against like a different strategy that's not like Despia, that like, you know, Confusion Summon, and you need to negate the fusion spells of Despia. But you're going against a monster heavy effect deck, you can definitely go here if you had another extender in your hand to be able to go for a 3-material Apollosa instead of a 2, which can come up in a sense, because if you go right, this is the last chance the opponent gets to nib you, and if your opponent reads the cards, or you explain to your opponent, if they ask what the card does and you explain the full effect like you should, they'll know that once you actually get out 0 day, you lose the protection of Apollosa. So like they'll definitely, if they're smart or they're knowledgeable, they'll know that. If they're not and they don't ask what the effect does, etc., you just need to know that you could potentially lose the nib here. But I figure you'd lose the nib long before, actually. You would lose the nib way before you get to this point. So then we're going to go here, but Also, Nib is a fairy tale. It's a myth. It's a bedtime story that moms read to combo players in their sleep so that like they go to bed. Spooky, scary bedtime story. Nib's nothing more than that. So this is where we actually get a little interesting here. So we're actually going to go ahead and use Dragon Ravine and reuse Ravine's effect, pitching triple tactical talent. Or just whatever card we have in our hand. We're going to go ahead and add Rocket Tracer, which is right here. We're then going to go ahead and activate Boot Sector Launch and use Boot's effect to special summon here. Then instead of getting rid of Virus Swordsman, we're just going to link these 5 here into BorrelEND Dragon. Now, if you did open another extender, you can do this differently. I recommend doing it the other way, because if you open another extender, you can potentially get to a level 4 extender to be exact. You can make Savage before you link off Apollosa, because if your opponent was just chinky and held the hand trap all this time, then like, good for them, but that's a bad move. But if it does happen, you still have the protection. So you actually go BorrelEND, target the Virus Swordsman to negate its effect, and bring back out the Tracer. Then you go here, because if you use Tracer's effect, you will be locked into Dark. So we go ahead and we make ourselves Equimax right here. Then we go Tracer effect to pop, Boot Sector to summon out the Magna Rocket Dragon, which I believe is somewhere right here. Then we go ahead and we synchro these guys off into Savage. Savage effect will activate, and we get to grab ourselves Virus Swordsman, or Virus Berserker as a material. And then you just set your crawler, and you have 1 card left in hand. So again, it was a 2.5, 3.5 card combo. This right here, like I said, this is better in a few ways, just depending on the matchup. Because right now, during the standby phase, you're going to be able to activate Crawler and grab yourself a follow-up, which could be Succession, Guard Dragon, etc. Then, what this has over the Apollosa variant is, and so you lose 1 monster negate, but you have a 5,000 attack Equimax. Can't be out by battle that easy. It is a quick effect, target 1 face-up card on the field negate, so it's in a face-up Omni negate. And then on top of that, if you did the route with Arborea, you have the ability to protect Equimax from being destroyed by battle or card effect, whereas you didn't get any of that with Apollosa. So truly, I'm telling you, this is probably the favorite board, as you know. We just 100%, I prefer this than Apollosa. Just because, like I said, Apollosa can be outed very easily if it doesn't have 3 or more counters on it, whereas this right here, it's harder to get rid of Equimax than it is Apollosa, and all that fine stuff. But yeah, this is the combo, guys. So like, if you guys want to see a deck profile, comment down below. If this video gets enough likes, I'll show you guys a deck profile. I'll do some test hands too if there's a high demand for it. But other than that, guys, I'm really happy to be touching and playing this deck again. It is so cool to actually see this. So like, every hand almost gets you to BorrelEND Dragon. And BorrelEND is just a house. It's a more consistent boss monster to get to than the Waterfront variant. So again, guys, just comment down below what you think. Let me know what you guys are playing. And again, if you are playing the Go in Second variant, keep crusading. We're all on the same team, am I right? So please remember, guys, to stay healthy and stay safe. This is Charles from Team COG, signing out.